Welcome, ladies and gents. Let's talk She-Hulk episode 7. This will be my review. We will talk spoilers because who cares about this show and the spoilers involved in it? Not too many people, I don't think. So what happens in this episode? Well, we follow Jen on her dates with Josh, the guy she met at the wedding. Yes. Not much happens, but that happens. Goes on several dates. 3, I think it was. And then they bang. And then he ghosts her. We then see her pedantically looking at her phone, frantically looking at her phone, constantly looking at her phone. She then gets a phone call. Emil Blonsky's inhibitor has gone off. Oh no, the alarm's gone off. We must go up there. The parole agent, parole officer. Right, so they go up there. He's at his retreat. He didn't actually break the inhibitor, although we don't know that yet. He might have done, in fairness, but we don't know that yet. And then we have lectures on Jen, She-Hulk, her interaction with Josh. And then we close the episode with a post-credit scene, but not a post-credit scene. It's just 3 days earlier, because Josh hasn't contacted her at all for 3 days after they boned. And actually Josh is the one that took her blood and has now got her blood. And I don't know whether he's Hulk King or not. I can't remember. I don't know what that... It looked like he was the one that was Hulk King. Who knows? Who cares? Because this whole show is absolute poop. Utter tripe. This is a masterclass, one, on how women shouldn't talk to men in some regards. So she gets a lecture from the Abomination and a bunch of other people, Manbull and a Matador and Porcupine, right? Because after they boned, her and Josh, the next day she said, something, thanks for that. I can't stop smiling. And they're like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. You sound thirsty. No guy would say that. That's quite a nice thing for a guy to hear. No guys, well, some guys probably, I don't know. But that's a nice thing to hear. Oh, you can't stop smiling? Oh, lovely. But they're like, no, you shouldn't have said that, sister. No, you sound thirsty, girl. It's like, no, she doesn't. She sounds appreciative. She sounds nice. She sounds welcoming. She sounds slightly, opening herself up, slightly vulnerable. I don't understand what this is. It's almost like this is a masterclass on how not to date. Take every piece of advice given within this show and put it in the bin. Because a guy receiving that message would probably be appreciative. But all these other guys are like, no, you shouldn't have done that. Give her a big lecture on it. And then because he hasn't replied... I mean, in fairness, he wasn't good, right? We know that. But the advice is predicated on the fact that they don't know that he's not good. He might have actually had an accident. He may have got busy with work. There's so many different factors as to why someone wouldn't have replied. But they're like, no, he's ghosted you. Oh, you shouldn't have said that anyway. Maybe that's why he's ghosted you. It's like... Don't get your advice from TikTok or She-Hulk. Because She-Hulk sounds like it's written by TikTokers, quite frankly. Anyway, Emil Blonsky and the Abomination, I sincerely hope they do something better with this guy than do a big fake out. He is the Abomination. They've built him up too much to have him just suddenly go evil. Right, we know that he has a wider part in the MCU moving forwards. Like that's kind of been confirmed. But I sincerely hope that they do something more than all of this just being a fake out for argument's sake. Like I really do. But it was very funny in terms of in his retreat. Like his retreat was very comical. There's like every day is every day or today is today. Like quotes. around the place. It's like, what? Now, the reason why I think he may be behind it all and why it is an elaborate plan is because the guy with the crowbar, the Wrecking Crew guy, who assaulted Jen earlier trying to get her blood, was there. Why was he there? Was that character done now? Because he's like, oh, I don't need a crowbar, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, so why would you be there? Just coincidental? Maybe? I guess. But it's a bit dumb. It's very, very infantile. And I can't help but really hate the music as well. Really hate the music. And why at the end of every single episode? Like, why couldn't you have that actually in the episode, the what Josh was doing, and then have us know that, so we know that what's being said is wrong, but then tease things? Because I reckon Emil Blonsky will be the reason behind all of this, right? And if he's not, there'll be something else. But why couldn't you tease that? Why couldn't you tease the deception? Because if we saw that Josh did that, and whilst we were watching the episode, we were drip fed, oh, is the abomination, has he turned into the abomination? Maybe he, he's the one. Like, why? That's much more compelling. And that's a much better, like, episodic plot to follow. And it adds more to the overarching narrative. I bet you we've got 2 more episodes left, guys. 9-episode season. 2 more episodes. So Daredevil and all of the footage. Nah, that's going to be his final episode probably. Probably anyway. It's very substandard writing. And definitely don't take any of the advice. It is as if taking advice on dating from TikTok. Utter nonsense. You sound thirsty because you were appreciative. This is the world we live in. Strang whammon, I guess. Very, 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 very sad. What I would personally do would have had Josh be in the episode, show us that he was the one that left his choice, his Hulk King, whatever it is, right? Show us that, and then weave a narrative of deception. Oh, Emil Blonsky's abomination inhibitor's gone off. Maybe it's him. Wow, cool. Maybe he's the reason. Wow, cool. Just do that. Have the writing, have him say stuff which makes you question his motives. Why? Like, because there's also a scene where they're like, yeah, maybe Jen needs to accept Jen and She-Hulk doesn't, She-Hulk needs to accept Jen, so lose the costume, and then she turns into Jen. If you had already seen and had the deception that Abomination was potentially going to be behind it all, that would have been another layer of that, and you'd have gone, oh, maybe they're going to get her. But no, writers aren't that intelligent. We've got 2 episodes left. This is such shite.